Welcome everyone to the October 24, 2024 public hearing of the
Recording
Southampton
in
Town
progress.
Planning Board. And we will have a roll call, please.
Chair LaFaro,
Present.
Vice Chair Finity,
Present.
Secretary is here, Board Member Mutu,
Present.
Board Member Neely,
Present.
Board Member Fulham is absent, and new Board Member Glazer.
Present.
We have a quorum. Great. Please join in for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Recording in progress.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So we'll go in order. The first application is Mott's Only, number 1. Do we have notice, council? Okay. Tom, you want to read it into the record?
Yes. Please take notice that in accordance with local law number 14 of 2022, a public hearing will be held by the Southampton Town Planning Board on Thursday, October 24th, 2024, at 6 p.m. at Town Hall, 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, and via video conferencing to consider the pre-submission application entitled Mott's Only. The application proposes to convert an existing 2,300 square foot former bank building into a retail cannabis dispensary on a 2.208 acre property situated in the Highway Business Zoning District and located at 93 East Montauk Highway, Hampton Bays, Suffolk County Tax Map 900-263-1-32.4.
Okay, thank you. Someone here to represent the application, please?
You mind if I sit here with you?
Okay.
That way I can reference the drawings. My name's John Houston of 11 Fenimore Road, New Rochelle, New York. The proposal in front of you is for change of use of an existing retail bank branch to a non-medical cannabis dispensary. Drawing A060 has some diagrams here demonstrating compliance with the minimum distances from houses of worship, school grounds, community facilities, as well as other non-medical cannabis dispensaries. So we are beyond the limits of the requirements and the rules. The existing site plan shows, if I can find that. Existing site plan shows a bank building with two existing driveways, 15-foot wide driveways coming off of East Montauk Highway.
Anthony, is that it?
Yeah.
Can you enlarge it for us, please?
This is
Thanks.
the existing.
Okay, that's existing.
Yeah, so we have two 15-foot access driveways coming off of Montauk Highway. They serve the front parking area, which has been in existence since 1978 when this property was a restaurant. That front parking area consists of parking stalls and aisles. As you make your way up the right-hand side of that parking area, you pinch bottleneck into another access driveway to get to the top right parking area, again with parking stalls and aisles. Not depicted there because it doesn't exist today. On the left side of the building was a drive-through canopy. It's hard to tell if there were one or two stacking lanes for that drive-through, but towards the rear of the building around that semicircle, there were some stacking lanes and access driveway connecting the right side to the left side. As far as I can tell, there were no parking stalls back there. Most of the parking was in the front and to the side, to the right side of the building. The bank had a 50-foot rear yard and a 50-foot front yard requirement with two 30-foot side yards on each side. Prior to the bank, it was a restaurant and the parking was reconfigured. Anthony, thank you. It was reconfigured in the back left there to allow these stacking and access driveway lanes to get around the back of the building. They had built a retaining wall. It was a concrete retaining wall with a 4-foot stockade type fence screening that driveway area. The fence carries to the right, and you can kind of see it loop down on the right-hand side. It's a 4-foot stockade fence. The existing conditions have about a 50-foot natural buffer at the rear yard that screens the residential R20 neighborhood behind this parcel.
And what is the distance from the rear of your property, rear of your building to the residential line?
From the building itself, I would venture 130.
Yeah, it's 120, 124.
Changing use to non-medical cannabis dispensary imposes a 100-foot transition yard in the rear and a 50-foot transition yard in the front. The owners intend to repair the existing blacktop. It's in different levels of disrepair, and we intend to repair some of the existing stormwater retention tanks that are caving in a little bit. We met with the town engineer, took a look at that infrastructure. They are not intending to rip up the blacktop. They're looking for a repair, and that repair would also include repairing the existing fence that's on the retaining wall. There's a portion of that fence between the fence and the retaining wall that's greater than 6 feet, so it would comply with the 6-foot screening requirements. Pretty much wherever the retaining wall is, which is the left side of the back wall. On the right side, it's a 4-foot stockade fence, so they would replace that with a 6-foot stockade fence to continue to screen the parking area and access driveways. On the top right, they plan on re-implementing the trash area, which is on the top right of that parking area. That's where it's historically been with the restaurant, and restore the parking stalls that are on the front right. You can see the striping along the back and along the front. So the intent there is to move the parking use that was previously in the front yard for the bank and for the restaurant outside of that transition zone that's required for the medical cannabis use. Same concept in the rear, but you do notice that the dashed line that runs through the semicircle there, thank you, Anthony, that's the 100-foot buffer. And so what we intended to do was continue to use the stacking lanes to allow vehicular access between the left and the right parking lot, but there will be no parking in the 100-foot transition yard, which is exclusively prohibited in the code, parking, and as well as the aisles to access those parking stalls. But also in the code, access driveways, which is what we're proposing here, they are allowed in yards. So we're going to continue to use that area to allow vehicular access to get around the building. The reason it's at 34 feet at the moment, and that measurement can be adjusted per your fire apparatus, is that while we've consulted the fire department about their preference of access around the building versus the front or the sides, I don't know how big of trucks they want me to provide access for. So if 34 feet is more than they need, we'll stripe it a little bit less. Because that asphalt's staying and we're just basically striping the asphalt to dictate where the parking use will be going, if they are fine with a 15-foot lane or a 20-foot lane, we can further reduce that because their trucks can still get around that area.
Okay. Are you making any modifications to the building itself?
Yes. Would you like me to speak about that?
Please.
Sure. Yeah, maybe, well, that front view is fine. It is an older rendering, but we will be doing screening. I just want to mention, we're doing landscape screening in the front, and we'll introduce a sign in the front, generally in that location there, and stay within the 64 square foot maximum limit. On the building itself, you'll notice there's a sign on the mansard roof facade. Again, that will comply with the maximum square footage limit. In the front there are 3 existing windows, 3 bays of windows. That right bay will be converted to a door, and a door and a side light to provide accessible access to the building from the accessible parking stalls, which are situated right in front of the building. The glass in those windows will be replaced with this kind of obscure industrial looking glass so that you can't clearly see into the building, but you get like a shower door effect where you can kind of see shadows and things behind it, but you won't see clear, like a clear plate glass window. Then there's just generally an interior renovation to reconfigure the space to suit the needs of the retail store. There will be provided 2 means of egress. Some of the windows in the facade will be blocked up. There's an existing drive-through window, and that's prohibited for the medical cannabis dispensary. So we will re-brick up that opening. All of the brick will be painted. The mansard roof, which is in different levels of this repair, will be repaired and painted. There's some tile skirting that we're going to be, so we are going to dress up the facade, and that application was sent into the Architectural Review Board for a preliminary review. We just haven't gotten any comments or feedback from them at the moment.
So your relationship to this project is owner or just architect?
The architect.
Just the architect?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I think we did our best to comply with the zoning. I think we've been able to do that. Setback screening, distances from other establishments. These guys are investing some good money to paint the pig that is currently there right now. There's lattice work, there's green ivy that they're looking for. You guys can see in the application here, type of glass that we're looking to put on here. There's dark sky lighting that they're proposing. These are some of the colors. Replacing the exterior hardware, replacing the lighting. Right now the parking lot lighting is not compliant, so there will be new lamp posts and light posts in the parking. The actual design of the parking lot has not been done at the moment. This is just a schematic approach to the parking. We have Joseph Fischetti who will assist in the light selections, and all of the lights for the parking lot will be dark sky.
Does the applicant have a license?
Yes. Okay. And then just in that package is the type of landscaping that they're proposing in the front, 20 foot of sidewalk. And there's some vegetation there right now, but they do intend to improve upon what's there. And you can see some of the plants that the landscaping consultant has selected.
Good, thank you. Any questions from the board before we get into the public? Okay, so we're going to have the audience, so you can just go back. Thank you. Gail Shepherd. Do you want to go to the podium, Gail, please?
Good evening. My name is Gail Shepherd. I'm president of the Hampton Bays CAC. I'm here tonight representing both the CAC and the mothers group of the Hampton Bays schools. we are adamantly opposed to this. It is next to the Carvel that the owners have made green space behind that all the children, grandchildren, parents, grandparents go and have their ice cream behind. And they're also very concerned that New York State is looking at these type of facilities and making them like bars, and so that people can go in and stay there kind of like a restaurant cannabis facility. We're not interested in that in Hampton Bays. We are facing, as you all know, though it's not in front of you, the nation, the Shinnecock Nation, opening up a large facility on County 939, and we are fully expecting that would carry over their cannabis and vaping enterprise that is currently, I think there's 12 on Montauk Highway in the village of Southampton. So Hampton Bays, we've just had kind of enough, and we're just not interested in this type of enterprise in our downtown. As you know, we are working diligently on new plans for the downtown, hoping to really revitalize it, and this does not fit in. Now, if it is a medical facility, may I suggest they go to the people that are building the diner medical facility and rent space there, because there's going to be plenty of square footage there. But if it's not a medical facility, we're not interested in this type of establishment.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
Gail. Okay, I have Joe Lustberg.
I'm the owner. So I just wanted to say that, you know, we plan to run a good, clean business, and we understand that the Shinnecocks are here. And that's also a good reason for the residents to support us as well, because now the people of the Hamptons will be able to buy safe and legal tested cannabis, and won't have to go to the Shinnecocks anymore. You know, for myself, I've gone to the Shinnecocks and it's not safe and not tested. You know, so we do plan to be a part of the community as well and be involved in the community, and we appreciate your consideration.
And Sean Lustberg.
I just wanted to introduce myself, Sean Lustberg. Like Joe said, you know, I think we're looking to become a part of the community, and be involved in any way we can and run, you know, a legit, very compliant, you know, business, and, you know, open the avenue for residents of the Hamptons to get legal tested cannabis, you know, from New York State. And that's really it. Thank you.
So one of the concerns early on was the distance from this facility to the daycare. And what is the measurement that you've calculated?
I believe you could touch.
Yeah, it's
You
greater
have-
than.
You have to come up to the
mic.
podium. Just go up to the
Yes, ma'am.
podium.
I believe it's over 600 feet.
Yeah, so I think the requirement is 500 feet, and I believe where that location is 618, 619 feet from the points of measurement that are dictated in the code.
Any questions? Anybody else want to speak from the audience? Yes, please. I don't have you down, so.
I didn't sign up.
Okay, your name?
My name's Charlie McCardle. I'm actually a resident of Hampton Bays. I just have one question. As a medical cannabis dispensary, can you sell to people that don't have a...
No, it's not medical.
He said medical like 4 times,
No, recreational, Charlie.
so it is not. Okay.
Recreational.
So that being said, I think it's important to realize that the North Fork Bank has been boarded up for 15 years. It's been an eyesore in the town for that long. And although this may not be the ideal solution, I think it's something that the town should consider. Again, I have many friends, many neighbors that'll disagree with me, but I'm actually in the business. I'm a licensed New York State hemp cultivator and a licensed New York State micro business cannabis owner. And he makes a very good point. You have people that all walks of life are going to stop at the store. Nobody's consuming any of the marijuana or any of the products on the property. That's against the law. You have a license to be a dispensary, or separately, you have a license to have consumption. This is just to buy the products. You don't go into a liquor store and open a bottle when you walk outside. So that should come off the table. Just realize it's a place to buy the products. Nobody's using them there. And you will see, guarantee, every walk of life stop there. There's products to help you sleep at night. There's products to all kinds of things that are sold at these places. So I would say you should support it. The town does need some activity. It's been boarded up for 15 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Please.
Sorry, I was running a little late. I didn't sign up either.
It's okay.
Sean McCardle. I'm a resident of Hampton Bays as well. I'm also a New York City firefighter. Been there for 10 years. For the longest time in the city, we were not allowed to smoke marijuana. That was against the rules. Recently, when the state changed the rules and the licensing opened up for everybody, they basically relaxed our drug testing policy and allowed us to consume marijuana again. So I had been not consumed cannabis in many, many years, and getting back into trying it out to see now that it's legal. I was under the same misconceptions that dispensaries kind of bring in less than desirable people there. And I think basically I just wanted to say that my experience with dispensaries, specifically in New York State, have been completely the opposite of that. I've met some of the most amazing people in dispensaries and in the business as well. And we started our own business as well. One of our employees is back there as well. And it's just been probably one of the best things that's happened to us. So I'm here to fully support these guys.
Thank you. Anyone else? Is there anyone on Zoom?
No one on Zoom?
No one on Zoom. Any questions on the board?
No.
Okay, what are we? Special 10-day, yeah.
A 30-day pre-submission.
It's pre-submission.
Or it's
Pre-submission.
Pre-submission conference.
If I say it wrong,
Okay, it says site plan,
Yeah.
special exception.
Sorry about that. It's a 30.
Oh, yeah. I
So
see.
it's, we'll close with a 30-day written comment period. Motion by Dennis, second by George. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? 6 in favor, 1 absent. Thank you. So next is the Hampton Collective. And George, do we have sufficient notice? We do. George, do you want to read
Sure.
that into the record?
Please take notice that in accordance with local law number 14 of 2022, a public hearing will be held by the Southampton Town Planning Board on Thursday, October 24th, 2024 at 6 p.m. at Town Hall, 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, and via video conferencing to consider the pre-submission application entitled the Hamptons Collective. The application proposes to convert 2,600 square foot of existing retail space into a retail cannabis dispensary on a 2.079 acre property situated in the Highway Business Zoning District and Agricultural Overlay District located at 257 County Road 39A, North Sea, Suffolk County Tax Map number 900-132-25-.1.
Good evening, board members. Liz Vale, Greenberg Traurig for the applicant, Hamptons Collective. As board member Mutu stated, this is a pre-submission conference for a proposed site plan special exception permit for a non-medical cannabis dispensary to be located at 257 County Road 39A in North Sea. I have an aerial in case. You have one? Okay. Just want to make sure you guys know where it is.
It's the old Meacox Gardens.
Yes, the old Meacox Gardens,
Yep.
right, almost at the intersection with North Main.
Thank you.
Yep. So this was the former Meacox Garden Center. The subject property is 2.079 acres, or 90,579 square feet. We're located in the Highway Business Zoning District, and we're seeking to change one retail use area to another on the site, where the one-story store dedicated to retail will be used for the non-medical cannabis dispensary area. So the structures on site all already exist. There's just going to be internal renovations. We're not changing any of the structures on site to accommodate this use. And we will be submitting a petition that will show the proposed application meets the special exception standards for the non-medical cannabis dispensary in Town Code Section 330-162.26. Just briefly, it's going to be in this area of the building, and the proposal is not within 500 feet of any school or school grounds. It's not within 200 feet of any house of worship. And it also is about, since you asked this question to the last applicant, it's about 300 plus, almost 350 feet to the nearest residential neighbor. So that the rear yard, the transitional requirement for 100 feet will be more than met as well. So again, this is a pre-submission conference, so we're just here to introduce it to the board. I'm here tonight with Matthew Goldberg, the co-founder and vice president of Hampton's Collective, and with Bridget Fleming from McBride Consulting Group, in case you guys have any additional questions. But we're here to hear from the public, and we certainly look forward to working with the board throughout the process.
Yes. I'm sorry.
You said that you're using one part of the building?
Yes.
What about the rest of the building?
This is going to be storage. This was a, I think it was an agricultural greenhouse on the former site plan that was approved, that's in the system, and it's going to be converted to storage. And this is the proposed retail area for the dispensary. And that's it. And it's converting retail to retail internally.
There's a key component of the site plan is going to be cross-access to get to that signalized intersection. Are you aware of any cross-access agreements currently?
No, but I can check that. That's certainly one thing we'll be looking at as well. Yeah, whether there's existing from the prior site plan approval, if there are any prior requirements for cross-access, if there's a cross-access agreement recorded, we'll find
It's a
out.
good idea to have your clients start thinking about that.
Okay, sure.
If there isn't one in place.
And are there, it looks like there are other buildings on the property.
There are.
Are they going to continue their use or not be
I
used?
believe they
or-
will. I believe they will. We're in highway business, and it's one use per 20,000 square feet of property. So I think ultimately, since it's a 90,000 square foot property, approximately 4 uses would be permitted on site. But we're just occupying this area here, and this for storage. That's this application.
Any other questions? I have no one down on this list to speak. Does anyone wish to speak to the application? Is there anyone on Zoom?
No one has their hand up.
Okay,
30 days.
so we're gonna close with a 30-day written comment period. It's pre-submission. Motion by Gloria, second by Dennis. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions?
Thank you,
6 in
board
favor,
members.
Thank you.
One
Thank
absent.
you.
Thank you.
again.
We're moving on to 715 County Road 39, and that is, we have sufficient notice? You don't have notice. John, is that? Yeah.
Please take notice that in accordance with local law 14 of 2022, public hearing will be held by the Southampton Town Planning Board on Thursday, October 24th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Town Hall, 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, via video conferencing to consider a pre-submission application entitled 718 County Road 39. The application is for the legalization of a second-story office space and rear parking associated with the automobile sales and automotive repair uses on a 40,443 square foot parcel located in the HB zoning district located at 715 County Road 39, Tuckahoe, tax map 900 158 1-9.
Good evening. Sean Leonard, Southampton, New York. I'm the architect. I'm here for the applicant. What we're trying to do is clean up a violation on the property. The tenant of the property had started constructing a office space on the second floor of this building. And has cleared the back area. The back area was cleared and gravelled. The back is still a pervious surface. It was just gravel that was put back there to clean it up for the purpose of storage of vehicles. This property is a combination of automobile sales and also automobile repair. The automobile sales was the department that went and started to construct the second floor, and that's why I'm here, is to try and
C
get.
of O says automobile sales?
Excuse me?
The C of O is for automobile sales?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Yeah, it was sales and repair.
Yes, because it's repair. I mean,
Yes,
I know
yep,
that,
it has
yeah.
two, it's got two, it's
Right.
been permitted for two uses, sales and repair.
So along the lines of what Dennis said, we're going to be looking for cross-access along
Yes,
the back
to
of the property.
the west is RLW4, the contractor.
Yeah, yes.
And then to the east is Southampton Golf Course.
Certainly want to get out to the west.
Yeah, to the west.
Yeah, I guess, is there, you had that site plan.
What's the CO say, Dan?
Automobile dealership utilizes a showroom service and repair facility.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Is there any clearing limit?
Put the
on
map
that?
up.
I'll have the aerial, I'm sorry.
The aerial.
No, sorry. Say that again?
Is there any clearing limits on that? Right?
No.
So we would definitely want it to the west.
RLW4's got massive
Sure.
Yeah.
parking. And you might actually have cross-access, because that's a pretty recent site plan.
Yes.
So we're-
I know that there's a little bit of a change elevation
Yeah,
when I've
there
been
is a
back
change.
there. There
You
just
might
seems
need a
to-
ramp or something.
Exactly,
you know.
but the client would be happy to.
What's that cross street, Anthony?
Well, there's golf, there's a
No,
golf.
no, to the
No,
west.
that's
to
Tuckahoe.
the
Is
west.
that Tuckahoe?
Oh, that's Fairfield.
Oh, this is Fairfield.
Fairfield.
Got Fairfield.
Oh,
there.
Fairfield.
Then there's our Carvel on the
Yeah,
corner to the
that's
left.
Fairfield.
Yeah.
And this is,
Mini golf or
Oh,
whatever.
well,
Maybe
we've been
no,
in this
yes.
part of, we've been in this geography all day.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This says legalization of the second story. Is it being used right now?
No, it's completely empty.
Okay. So they started to renovate it or whatever?
Yes, they started construction of it's of the office space, which is on the west side of the building. On top there, they started to construct additional office space for the sales.
So get it legalized and finish the conversion or the creation of the office space is the goal?
Correct, to finish cleaning it all up. So it has been left in its current state, which is just, they got as far as, they ran some wiring for some lights. They had some drywall. It's partially done, and then that was it.
well, it's done. They did a nice job at that facade there.
It does, it
That was
does.
pretty good.
Any closing up of the curb there? Remember County Road 39 study, Tom?
There's your Rivian dealer.
Yeah. I know that the county went through when they did their last widening and they put in curbs in some locations and left them as driveways in others. I don't know how
So
that
there's
finished up.
two curb cuts, but there's a curb entrance, a curb middle area there, but nothing devoid of any kind of landscaping.
It looks like it's wide open and
It's totally wide open.
It's
Yeah, but
crying for trees.
That area in the middle, there is a curb. There's a curb.
There
across
is.
it.
Correct.
There's two ramped areas on either side of it. It seems like it.
Well, we may be prepared, we may want some greenery in the front and close up some of that
I understand.
wide open.
Having the two curb cuts for safety reasons has come in handy when I've been driving down and I had to pull into that site. It was kind of nice to be able to ease off into that, knowing, without having to try and make a sharp turn or something. I can just,
Would you pull in and pull out?
As
You go
part of the
around?
process.
well, actually, I was able to pull right in on that, without having to worry about somebody running into the back of me.
As part of the process, we may refer it to the county and get their opinion about
Sure.
the two driveways.
I understand.
People drive faster than 35 miles an hour on County Road 30.
No,
I'm not saying that on the right
I'm not
road.
saying that happens. No. Yeah.
Okay,
Or nobody's driving and not paying attention.
No.
I know everybody's fully paying attention. So.
Okay, so, any other comments?
No.
Anyone in the audience who wishes to speak to this? Anyone on Zoom? No hands, okay. So it's a pre-submission conference. We'll close with a 30-day written comment period. Motion by Dennis, second by Gloria. All in favor?
Aye.
6 in favor, 1 absent.
Thanks,
Thank
Sean.
you.
Thank you.
Sean, good
It's good to see you.
Okay, number 4 is the milk pail. And do we have sufficient notice? We do, Gloria, and that's you.
Please take notice that in accordance with local law number 14 of 2022, a public hearing will be held by the Southampton Town Planning Board on Thursday, October 24th, 2024 at 6 p.m. at Town Hall, 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, and via video teleconferencing to consider the site plan wetlands permit application entitled Milk Pail. The application is for additional square footage of agricultural labor housing in an existing building, 1,188 square feet, located on an actively farmed 8,394 square foot parcel located in the CR 40 zoning district, agricultural overlay district, situated at 1348 Montauk Highway, Watermill, Suffolk County Tax Map number 900-82-2-26.1.
Thank you, Gloria. I believe the applicant's on Zoom.
Yes, we have Jennifer Dupree here on Zoom.
Okay. Welcome. Can you identify yourself for the record, please?
You muted, Jennifer.
Sorry about that. Jennifer H. Dupree from the Milk Pail Watermill, New York.
Want to give us an overview of the application?
The building has been there for a number of years. It was originally built as half agriculture housing, half storage. And with the increased need of labor housing, I was hoping to expand into the storage area to increase the labor housing.
How much labor housing do you have there now?
It only occupies 3 people, so I was hoping to get it up to 7.
And what exactly are you adding? How many bedrooms, etc.?
2 bedrooms. There's 2 bedrooms there now that house 3 people, and 2 additional would house 4 more.
Would you be adding any bathrooms?
1 more bathroom.
Have you been to the health department?
I believe we've been working with them, yes. And a new septic system, all the new septic system will be put in.
Great.
And is that within the existing building footprint, or you plan to expand the building?
Within the existing building footprint. No expansion of the building.
Will you need to build more storage?
No.
Any questions? Is there anyone here who wishes to speak to the application? Is there anyone else on Zoom? No. Okay, thank you, Jennifer. We'll close this with a 10-day written comment period. Motion by Dennis, second by Gloria, and all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. 6 in favor, 1 absent. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you very much.
Next is 64 Lewis Road. We have notice. And David, do you want to read that into the record?
Sure. Please take notice that in accordance with local law 14 of 2022, a public hearing will be held at the Southampton Town Planning Board on Thursday, October 24th, 2024 at 6 p.m. at Town Hall, 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, and via video conferencing to consider the final application entitled 64 Lewis. The application is for a 3-lot division of a 258,365 square foot parcel currently improved with a 1-family dwelling situated in CR 80 zoning district, Central Pine Barrens compatible growth area, the Aquifer Protection Overlay District, and the Agricultural Overlay District located at 66 Lewis Road, East Quogue, Suffolk County Tax Map number 900-288-1-54.
Thank you, David. Yes, please. I have Rick Livingston here, but those, okay. And your name for the record, please?
I'm Pam Hunt.
Pam Hunt. Welcome. I do have my affidavit of,
We have everything.
we have all of that.
We have that already.
I just had it done, because it had to be done this day. I was supposed to give it to the attorney.
But we'll take that.
Okay. Okay, now, we are hoping to get final approval on our subdivision. It's a minor subdivision. It's entitled 64 Lewis, and it's the parcel lies between Damascus and Lewis, so that we put in, and it's a total area of 253,907 square feet, which are divided into 3 lots. 191,925, 181,249, and 180,784 square feet. So they all are more than 80,000 square feet, which is the minimum on the zoning. The zoning is CR 80, and it has an aquifer restriction sign. The allowable clearing is, excuse me, 25% on lot 1, and 35% each on lots 2 and 3, which, the rest of it is all native, the way it's always been. Originally, it was a farmland, and it's just all grown up, and it's got lots of trees and native grasses and everything, so that we're just clearing out enough. And we put in a 50-foot buffer along Damascus, which was requested, and that's on the map. Do you have the map?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up on there
It was up-
too.
it was
You
up-
had
It
it-
didn't show it on that one, but this one. that does
It's
show
the
it.
new map where we
okay.
put the buffer in. This
And
all-
actually, they also show the clearing with the percentages in the rebate.
And is that open space up at the peaks? Is that open
No,
space?
No,
that's
all
that's
site
not
there.
part of the property.
Oh, it's not.
What we have there,
Two houses on
right, we have an easement running along the south border. And then we have the 50-foot buffer on the side there on Damascus. And the egress is, the driveways, only lot 1 goes out to Lewis. The other 2 access onto Damascus, which is, a less traffic area. And there's no, we didn't put in any roads or any right-of-ways or anything in there, because we have all that road frontage on both sides. So now, as far as the services, lot 1 is already a home. It's got a house and an accessory building, and it's got electrical and municipal water. And I got letters from the electrical company and from PSEG and also from the Water District, and both of those other lots are going to be serviced by municipal water and electricity and cable as well. The cable's already in over there. And we have health department. We put in, lot 1 already has an IA system, and the new lots each have a drawing, a proposed IA system, which has been approved by the health department.
Good.
So now all I need to do is say, for you guys to say okay, and we're set with.
Are you on county water? Do you have?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have municipal
She
water.
said that.
Public water is actually both roads.
Both roads.
Damascus and Lewis.
Okay, good. Pretty straightforward. Any questions? Okay, I have Rick Livingston here, wishes to speak, please.
He's with.
Are you all together?
He's with me.
They're all together.
I'm speaking.
Hard to tell when I have a sign-in sheet, I'm supposed to call you. Oh, okay, great.
They're just
Okay.
checking up on me, that's all.
The mob is here to descend on you.
Is there anyone on Zoom? No, hearing none, we'll close with a 10-day written comment period.
Okay.
Motion by Gloria, second by Dennis, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, 6 in favor, 1 absent, thank you.
Safe home.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Motion to
Kristen,
adjourn. To adjourn.
motion to adjourn by Dennis, second by George, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, 6 in favor. One absent, we are adjourned.
No, something about that.